the internet that I remember, the early internet, was creative and cooperative. Everybody chose their own names. There were no real, true identity rules like they have on Facebook now. There was no know your customer requirements or regulations we have today, where like to create an account anywhere that has anything to do with money, you've got to like take a picture of yourself holding your passport. And so what this meant was everybody who was there, they chose their own face. And there was a lot of argument. There was a lot of, conflict. But the only people who were there by choice. No one was there by necessity. Nobody needed to be on the internet to get a job back then. And there wasn't a lot of commerce happening on the internet. Now, what happened was that crazy, chaotic, again, creative and cooperative space became increasingly a commercial and competitive space as companies moved in, as governments moved in, as institutions, small and large, began to try to make this a space less for the individual and more for them. And this is what we saw happen. We saw the internet move from a largely decentralized space where every website that you went to was one that somebody, made themselves, which was small and crude and ugly, but it was original and human, to something that was increasingly centralized, where you didn't have an email account on a server that you made. You had an email account from Google. And then everybody had an email account from Google. And then anybody who wants to send an email to anyone, even if you don't have a Google account today, like a Gmail account, the people that you're corresponding with have Gmail accounts. And so soon we see this small group of companies gain more and more insight to everybody's lives. Because, for example, in that context of email, even if your email is held on your server, right? It's completely private, it's completely secure. You set it up yourself right now today, right? Following best practices. If you're sending a copy of it to somebody who has Gmail, Google has a copy of it.